Steelers fans, let's jump right into what's unfolding at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, where the Steelers have kicked off their training camp with serious energy and a clear message. This season, things have to be different. Players begin showing up bright and early around 10 in the morning, moving into the dorms and getting ready for the grind that lies ahead. The daily routine is packed, from conditioning tests in the afternoon to one-on-one interviews with Coach Mike Tomlin later in the day, and the vibe is unmistakably urgent. There's a hunger here, a determination that feels stronger than in recent years. Tomlin, who has seen too many first-round playoff exits, is not just tired. He's determined to lead this team to a breakthrough, to build a squad that leaves a legacy, not just a footnote. But here's the thing, while it might be tempting to chalk it all up to Tomlin's motivation, that's only scratching the surface. Every single one of the projected starters, all 22 of them, carry their own personal stakes this year. Some want to prove something to themselves. Others want to make a statement to their new or old employers. And some are out to win over the fans and the city that's been craving a winner for too long. The common thread is that no player on this roster has any real excuse for underperforming this season, especially considering 9 of these starters are fresh additions who joined since last year's campaign ended. That means the timeline to gel, to learn the playbook, to develop chemistry is incredibly tight. There's roughly a month until the season kicks off, and just 3 weeks before the Steelers face a tough Minnesota team overseas in Ireland, a high-stakes opener that leaves no room for complacency. Let's zone in on the defense, where expectations are sky high. Forget about names like Aaron Rodgers or distractions elsewhere on the roster. The defense alone should be able to climb into the top tier of the NFL's elite. If injuries don't intervene, there's no logical reason why this unit can't be among the top 5, or at worst, top 10 in the league. Free safety had been a question mark, but the Steelers are expected to resolve any depth issues well before their trip to New Jersey. On the corners, there's no shortage of talent, with Darius Slay anchoring a secondary capable of man coverage that can frustrate even the league's best quarterbacks. And when it comes to the front 7, things look solid and ready to make an impact. Patrick Queen, now in his second year, has moved past the learning curve that held him back last season, especially mastering responsibilities like the green dot play-calling role. Tomlin pushes hard for accountability and precision here, and Queen's progression is a big positive sign. Alongside him, T.J. Watt remains a dominant force on the edge, arguably the league's best in that role, and he's got strong support from teammates like Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig, who's proven to be an invaluable weapon coming off the bench. The Steelers also added promising rookie Jack Sawyer, a player they really believe in, which only adds to the depth and talent at the edge rusher position inside on the defensive line. There had been concerns about playmaking and run defense, especially following a disappointing showing from some players last year. But the team addressed this by drafting Derek Harmon and clearly signaling he'll start at left defensive end. This move is meant not only to bolster the line but also to light a fire under guys like Keon Benton, whose production last season fell short of expectations. Benton is expected to battle hard for playing time, and if he can rise to the challenge, the interior defensive line will be stronger and more disruptive. Players like Deshaun Elliott also add stability and playmaking ability, particularly at strong safety, and his knack for closing down plays is something the defense can rely on. The slot corner position was another area the Steelers targeted this off-season, and with Jalen Ramsey expected to contribute, the secondary's versatility should improve. Overall, the defense is stacked with talent, experience, and depth, creating a formidable unit poised to dominate in the trenches and in coverage. The coaching staff will be putting these players to the test, pushing them hard to deliver results from day one, because excuses won't fly this year. The margin for error is razor thin. On offense, the picture is equally compelling, but that's a conversation for a little later. The focus right now is on setting the tone, building momentum, and embracing the pressure that comes with expectations in a city like Pittsburgh. The fans are hungry for success, and this roster looks ready to give it a real shot. The mix of veterans and new talent means there's an opportunity to create a powerful, dynamic team that can compete with anyone. Meanwhile, the chatter among fans and analysts reflects a range of emotions, from cautious optimism to outright excitement. Some worry about old habits resurfacing or question whether the coaching staff can get the most out of this group. Others see the potential for a deep playoff run and believe the Steelers have built a team capable of exceeding last season's achievements. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. This team has the pieces to surprise a lot of people if they stay healthy and committed. But they also know that every game, every snap, every moment matters now more than ever. The offseason moves have added pressure, no doubt, and expectations are through the roof. It's a different feeling from previous years, with an urgency that feels genuine and unavoidable. Mike Tomlin isn't just looking to compete, he wants to win. The players understand that. And it's clear they're ready to embrace the challenge. From the veteran leaders to the promising rookies, everyone knows the stakes. This isn't a rebuild or a reset. It's a push for glory. As the camp progresses, eyes will be on every drill, every play, and every interaction. The Steelers know they have to come together quickly and effectively. No excuses, no grace period beyond what the calendar allows. The team's success this year hinges on how fast they gel and how well they execute. When the lights are brightest, the upcoming weeks will reveal a lot about the character of this group, their resilience, and their readiness to carry Pittsburgh back into playoff relevance and maybe even beyond. The journey starts now with every player, coach, and fan aligned on one goal, winning football. The Steelers are ready to prove that the hard work, the talent, and the commitment can finally pay off. The season ahead promises excitement, challenges, and a chance to rewrite the narrative. The countdown is on, and the stakes have never been higher. Now that we've set the scene for training camp and the defense's potential dominance, it's time to take a deep dive into the pulse of the fan base and the broader conversations buzzing around this team as they gear up for the 2025 season. You see, despite the optimism on paper, there's a noticeable undercurrent of caution, skepticism, and mixed feelings among Pittsburgh's faithful. It's almost as if the ghosts of seasons past are haunting the enthusiasm this time around, tempering excitement with a dose of realism born from years of playoff heartbreak and unmet expectations. In fact, I recently reached out to fans through several platforms, including some of the newer commenting options like Spotify, where Steelers discussions rarely used to flow in large numbers. But once I mentioned it, the response was immediate and intense, flooding in with a range of opinions and emotions that perfectly capture the complex relationship this city has with its team. Paul, for example, expressed cautious optimism, acknowledging the upgrade the Steelers gained at the wide receiver position with DK Metcalf, but also voicing concerns about Aaron Rodgers' baggage and questions around the stability at left tackle with Brick Jones. His words reflect a mixture of hope and hesitation, hope because of the talent influx, hesitation because of the potential liabilities and uncertainties. Jacob chimed in with an honesty that hits home for many. He's excited, but reluctant to get his hopes too high. There's a cycle in Pittsburgh where anticipation builds, only to be dashed by disappointment. A story repeated too many times over the years. This roller coaster of emotions makes it difficult for even the most passionate fans to fully commit their belief without reservation. On the other end of the spectrum, BT expressed an unshakable level of excitement, rating his enthusiasm as a full 10 out of 10, though he admits his only real concern is the defensive coordinator. That's a significant worry because coordinators can make or break a defense, especially one brimming with talent but needing the right scheme and leadership to unlock its full potential. Sean's response stands out as one of the most positive, saying this is the most excited he's been since the playoff loss to the Browns, suggesting that the current roster finally feels like a team with no excuses. Sean is putting his faith in the talent on the roster and expects better performance and results than last year, better records, and a deeper playoff run. That sense of confidence is crucial for building momentum, but it's tempered by the reality that injuries or unforeseen problems can quickly change the narrative. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A buzzing rumor is circulating in the NFL world that Tyler Huntley, the former Miami Dolphins quarterback, might have just inked a deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. While nothing has been officially confirmed yet, sources close to the situation suggest that Huntley could be the latest addition to the Steelers' quarterback room, sparking a wave of speculation among fans and analysts alike. Huntley's journey through the league has been a roller coaster. After his stint with the Dolphins, where opportunities were limited, he's been searching for a team where he can make a real impact. The Steelers, a franchise known for their strategic approach to quarterback development and a rich history of star QBs, seem like a fitting destination for Huntley to carve out a more prominent role. Pittsburgh's current quarterback situation has been somewhat unsettled, with fans eager to see who will emerge as the clear leader under center. Bringing Huntley into the mix could be a calculated move by the Steelers' front office, aiming to bolster their depth and possibly groom a future starter or a reliable backup. Given Huntley's mobility and knack for making plays under pressure, he might fit well with the Steelers' offensive scheme, which often emphasizes adaptability and toughness. The timing of this potential signing aligns with the Steelers' off-season strategy to build a more competitive roster, especially in key positions like quarterback. Huntley's experience, though still relatively limited, carries the promise of growth and versatility, attributes that Pittsburgh highly values. If the deal goes through, it could signal a shift in the team's approach to their quarterback depth chart and create new dynamics in the locker room. This rumor has already stirred conversations on social media and sports talk shows, with some fans excited about the prospect of Huntley bringing fresh energy to the Steelers, while others remain skeptical until the team makes an official announcement. The speculation highlights the constant movement and unpredictability in the NFL, where player signings can quickly change the landscape for a franchise's season outlook. As the story develops, all eyes will be on Pittsburgh to see if they officially add Huntley to their roster. For now, the buzz remains just that, a tantalizing possibility that could reshape the Steelers' quarterback future. Fans and analysts will undoubtedly watch closely, hoping this move could be the key to unlocking new offensive potential for the storied franchise. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.